high, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Going and diving straight in, we're going to start with the eyes as I normally do, and this is the LA Girl Pro eyeshadow primer. I used this in it was my last video actually, full face of LA Girl Cosmetics. I've been using it ever since and no longer using concealer. For the eyeshadow, going with this Ace Beaute Scarlet Dusk palette, and we're going to start with that blush pink shade, and I'm going to buff this all into my crease. It's going to act as our transition shade, and I'm going to keep this eye look pretty rounded off that you'll see in a minute here. We're going to take a little bit of that brighter pink and really intensify and outline the shape of the shadow. I'm not going to sweep this out and blow it out like, you know, towards the end of the brows like I usually do. I do want this to be a little bit more like tighter to the eye and just more of a rounded effect. So I'm just going in and I'm bringing that on the inner corner as well, because we're going to go in with a shimmer shade in just a minute here. So I am going to go in, it's this like light baby pink, and I'm going to sweep that on the like inner third of the eye, I would say. And look how pigmented these shadows are. I love this palette. I did get this in one of this month's recent month's Boxy Charms, and I love this palette and thought it would be perfect for this eye look. I'm then going to go in to that, it's also another shimmer shade, obviously a deeper tone pink, and taking that on my finger and putting it right in the middle where that first shimmer shade and the outer corner shade kind of meets. I'm just taking that and swiping it right on the center of the eye, just for a little bit of added dimension. And then you'll see I'll go back here in a minute and just kind of like clean everything up, go back, add more of the shimmer. I'll go back in and add a little bit more of the pink. So I just go back and forth until I get the desired look that I want. It's just like a lot of blending and, you know, just packing on that color and getting it to the intensity that you want. I'm then going in with this Milani. This is actually a brow pen, but it's way too light of a brown for my actual eyebrows. So I use it as a liner because it's not as intense and harsh as black liner, and honestly it did the trick. It's basically an eyeliner pen for your brows. To coat my lashes, going in with the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. I used this in a first impressions video, and this is my go-to mascara, especially for no lash days, like when I'm at the office. Something about that brush, it just does wonders, and I have not been able to put this down either, so highly recommend that, and it's super affordable. Moving on to the skin, I'm also using another product from LA Girl. I just found like a lot of hidden gems from that recent video, but this is a more smoothing primer, and it does make my face like baby smooth. If you can like even see it, it just like, it was so good. It just does magic. And then I'm going in with a actual pore filler. This is the NYX pore filler. I won't put this all over my face like I did the first one. This one I'm just putting right on the sides of the nose where my pores are pretty large. For foundation, mixing my Believe Beauty from the Dollar General store and my L'Oreal Infallible. One is a little bit more of like a satin skin finish, the Believe Beauty, and then I have the more matte finish, which is the L'Oreal and Matte Infallible foundation. These two together, I just have been loving, if you've been watching my tutorials, mixing foundations. For lashes, going with my Sumptuous Beauty lashes in the style Milan, which you guys know are like one of my favorite pairs of lashes. They're long, they're dramatic, but they're not like heavy dramatic. They're very spacey and wispy, and I don't know, just something about them. It just looks really, really good, especially on hooded eyes, and I love how they flare out on the corners too. I also do have a coupon code if you guys want to use it and check it out. It's for 10% off using the code, I think it's Alicia20. I'll make sure I put it on the screen here, and I will put it in the description box down below for you guys. Look at the difference lashes make. In love with these. Moving on to the under eyes, which is where I need a lot of work. I'm going in with LA Girl, the Pro HD Concealer. This is in the shade Natural. This has a little bit more of like a peachy undertone, so it helps to cancel out a lot of my under eye darkness that I have before I go in with concealer. Like you can see right there how much it brightens up the under eye. I love this, and again, this is from LA Girl as well, and I've been using this way before that video, actually, but for concealer to help with me a little bit more, you know, on that under eye area, this is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. It's not their new hydrating one, it's just the original formula, and then I'm going in, once I buff this out, I'm going to set it with that LA Girl powder that I also love, and I've been using since that LA Girl video. I'm telling you guys, if you like affordable makeup and you love drugstore makeup, go to CVS or Ulta and buy some LA Girl cosmetics products because they're good, and if you check out my most recent video, you will see just how well they actually perform. This is where I'm just going in and buffing out the powder all over where I had concealer, and just look how smooth my skin looks. My base right now, it just looks so good. Again, I know I'm using a lot of LA Girl products in here, but honestly, they're just really good products. And this I mentioned in the most recent video of mine. I have not used my ABH Brow Wiz since I started using this brow pencil from LA Girl. So I'll have everything linked down below, like I said, and I will also include the shades of the products as well. But this guy does just as good, and it's like a fraction of the price of the ABH Brow Wiz. Like, look how good my brow looks. And they are both on, and they look so good. Going back into the palettes, I'm gonna buff those pretty much same colors that we used on the top of the eye, which is like that dusty pink rose shade. I'm going to start with that, and we're buffing it on the lower lash line, and then I'll go in and deepen it with that brighter pink shade that we use, which is like more so on the outer corner of the eye on the top. I'm also using that. I honestly just mimic what I do on the top, just I do on the bottom. I just feel like it really ties everything in and completes the eye look. I cannot do an eyeshadow look without shadow on my lower lash line. I just cannot. And then just to deepen it up just a tad, I'm taking that deeper shade. It's almost like more of like a plum shade, and I'm just hugging that in that lash line. I'm not really buffing it out. I'm smushing, that's such a great term. I'm packing it on that lash line as close as possible, just to add a little bit more of like a little oomph. To line my waterline, this is a NYX eyeliner. I'll have the shade listed down below. You guys will see here, it just brightens up the eye when you put a nude color or even like a white. I just thought white might be a little bit too harsh. I cannot do voiceovers, and this is like the 5th time that I'm trying to do this, so we're rolling with it. But I used just the eyeliner on my waterline, and then to bronze, this is also, I didn't even realize that I was using this many products from LA Girl, but hey, this is then more so of an affordable look, so thumbs up for that. But this is just an actual face powder. I just bought it in a deeper shade, and look how pretty that tone is. This is just like the perfect undertone, and it blends out so nicely because it is technically a face powder for deeper complexions. But hey, as a bronzer, I've been loving that. A blush also from LA Girl. I don't believe I used this in the most recent video. This is actually my first time using this on camera, and it wasn't bad. It did have a little bit of shimmer. I'm more of like a matte blush type of girl, but it honestly wasn't as shimmery as I thought it was going to be, and it actually turned out really nicely with the eye look. And I always just like to clean up my bronzer because I bring everything down way too low, and it's just the loose powder from LA Girl that we use to set the under eyes. And to set everything into place, I want my makeup to last. Especially if you're on a date, you know, with your significant other, you want your makeup to last. So I'm going in with the matte finishing spray from LA Girl. This just blends all my powders in, but it doesn't add any extra like glow or luminosity. So I just feel like the lasting power with more mattifying sprays is just so much better for my skin. To highlight, Maybelline Master Chrome. I think this one's in pink molten, it's the pink one, which I can't think of what it's actually called. I'll have it listed down below. I didn't want a super intense highlight, just a little bit of glow, nothing like too over the top. So I'm putting it on my cheekbones and on the inner corner as well, just to brighten the eyes a little bit more than they already are. Setting my brows, I always like to set my brows after I do my setting spray. I'm not sure why, but I just feel like that setting spray also just kind of lays on the brow hairs. So I like to go in after and set them. So I'll run that through. It's the Maybelline Clear mascara, the Great Lash mascara. I've been using that for so many years. For the lower lash line, going with L'Oreal Telescopic. You guys know this is like one of my 3 favorite mascaras for the lower lashes, and they won't transfer, so you don't have to worry about that. And I love the brush on that too, to hug all of the little lashes. Just fixing up the hair so we can go in with the lip. I do have 2 lip options for you guys, but first I want to go ahead and exfoliate my lips. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's just a lip exfoliant. It has like little like bead things in it, like a sugar scrub almost. And if you're going to be kissing on Valentine's Day, you don't want those crusty, musty, dusty lips. So highly recommend it, and it was really good too, and it tastes just like watermelon. So highly recommend that. I'll have it linked down below. But for the first lip option, I wanted to do a nude lip, so I'm going in with my NYX lip liner. I'll have the shade list down below for you. I wanted to do 2 options because some people are not about like the bright pink lip, and especially if you're going out to dinner with your loved one, you know, whatever you're going to do on Valentine's Day, you don't really want to have to worry about reapplying, especially like a bright pink or like a red lip. So I'm going in with a natural lip, and this is a lip lacquer from Ardell Beauty. I found this at, where did I get this? Sally's Beauty, because Ulta was out of it, and I wanted this shade particularly because I love this shade of nude. I couldn't do anything like too pinky or too peachy with the eye look. I just feel like this complements the pink eyes really well. For lip option number 2, this is where we're going to bring in the pink. This is a lip liner from Milani, and my lips look so pink because I did try a different combo before this, and it was like intense. It was like a bright neon pink that was a little bit too much for me, so I did wipe it off. But I'm going in with this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. I'll have the shades listed down below. This was a little bit more muted down, but I still wanted a little bit more of like a deeper, so I'm going over it with a different shade in the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, which I just feel like darkened it just slightly. And then I've been doing this lately if you guys have been watching my tutorials, but I'm going in with this ABH liquid lip. I'll have the shade listed down below, and I'm just patting it in the middle just to lighten it a little bit more. But I don't know, let me know what you guys like. Do you like the nude lip? Do you like the pink lip? Which one was your favorite? I love them both, and I hope you guys have a nice Valentine's Day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!